Okay, class.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not very enthusiastic there. Anyway, all right. Starting the video over again. Okay, Algebra 4. Okay, we're doing this because there's going to be a bunch of people coming in this classroom later on. They need to know how to set up the notebook, and that's what we're doing today. So, if you could please, I'm hoping I do not need to remind you about basic expectations. What's going on here? Yeah. Oh.
Everybody wants that.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay, so. All right, hopefully it's working now. All right, for you people that have actually already started out, okay, we have page number 1 right here. Page number 1. So I'm labeling it number 1. So it's your right page, page number 1, and we are going to glue this in here. This is actually your interactive notebook cover. It's your checklist for the things. Now, I actually add some points on here also. So, let's see. Algebra 4, the words interactive student notebook, class period. Please make that big because some people cannot seem to put it in the right basket. So, make it easier on me by putting your class period on it. So, like a big 5th hour for you guys. Okay, you guys are going to do that. Spring 2020. My class, Pacho, put it on there somewhere. Okay. This right here helps. Listen. This here helps because if it is misplaced, it comes back to me. Okay. If it is misplaced and it's found somewhere else on campus, it will come back to me. And it can find its way back to the student. Okay. Your name clearly. Big letters. Clearly on there. Okay. Make it look good. 2 math concepts and something about you. So, 2 graphs, 2 math formulas, 2 something. All right? Now, your cover itself is 10 points. It says right here, be extra. You can get 10 extra points. I had one girl last year. She actually put lights on ours. So, she had a string of lights with a little switch on it. That's extra. And that's extra. You want to be extra to get the extra, right?
I might just put those focus
Christmas lights.
Hey, listen. I'm not telling you what to do. Make it look good. You know, be extra. It's worth 10 extra points. I hardly ever give out extra credit. Now, Zbulo, bring me your phone. So, now, the next thing. No. So, this is getting glued right underneath it. Thank you. This is being glued right underneath it. For those people that don't have this, don't have your notebook, you're going to write a number 1 on it also. Because all these are going on 1. If you do not have the Remind app, okay, there is instructions on how to get this. So I might actually send some stuff out. Saturday school is important, especially if you're hurting on your grades and there's something you need to make up. I prefer using this to send a message to you to tell you, get in here, Saturday school, make up this, and you're passing. Or if you want to send me a message, you can do the same thing. So it pops up like a text message. So glue these on here. I highly recommend the app. The app, because if I send you a file, if I send you documents or like a review or something, you're going to be gone for the quiz. Okay, I send you a review. I could send it on this, and then you could print it from your email. All right. Now, you guys are going to get to the tape here in a moment. So this is also going to be on page 1. So page 1, today's date, table of contents. We also have our cover checklist.
I messed up already. I swear. I just can't stand up.
What's wrong?
I messed up already.
How'd you mess up?
Because I put the.
Oh, they say no.
All this is on one. Look,
Oh.
look, it's page 1. This is also 1 because look, what I'm doing is I'm making a foldable here. You guys are doing it right. We're making a foldable, so you're only going to need, George, you guys are only going to need this stuff right here for the first week. That's all you guys going to need this for. But you will have it in your notebook. Okay, so now, see, we made a foldable, so we put 2 pieces of tape here and here. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now. We run out of tape quickly. We run out of tape quickly. You only need 2 pieces of tape. 1 inch.
Can I just use blue?
No. Now, let's see if you can understand the reason why. If you glue it down, do you think you'll see the things underneath it?
No. Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, you just fold it.
Okay,
Am I right or am I wrong?
now,
I feel like I'm right.
that's all you got to do. 1 inch of tape here and here. So, follow instructions. I'm trying to help you here, please.
Alright, so I need some tape.
So, there is only a couple things of tape. They will be coming around here in a moment. I don't even know where mine went. Someone already grabbed mine. So, yeah. You guys will just pass it around as it comes. So, once you're done with it, just pass it to the next group. Now, table of contents. Cover. Remind. This is all page 1. Now, also, we're going to do page 2 and 3. Page 2 and 3 is our TI Inspire CX keypad. That's going to end up over on page 3 in our notebooks. But on page 2 and 3, let's take a look. So I'm going to flip my notebook over to page 2 and 3. So over on page 3, I have this one glued down. This is glued down on page 3. For those people that don't have their notebooks, you're going to write page 3 on this.
Can you flip it back?
Huh?
Flip it back.
What do you need?
The last page.
First one.
Alright, this?
Which one? This?
1.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, it's table of contents, cover, and remind.
Space.
Look, table of contents. This is table of contents. This is the cover. And this is the remind. All right. Now, here's page 3. And this right here goes with the lesson for today. Yes, we're taking some notes. Now, hate to be a meanie about this. Some of y'all cannot math. Yeah. So what I'm doing for you is I'm going to show you how to do everything in the calculator. So if you can't math, you better learn how to use the calculator really well. Your calculator is going to be your friend. Now, what I've done for you is I printed off where things are. So in our calculator, we were struggling with a couple things. The pi button is down here. The I, the infinity, degree sign. You could do your fraction right here. You do a fraction, exponents, all the radicals. You know, it's also on the keypad, but you could use it this. And some of the other symbols that you're looking for are right here. All right. Are we there yet? Okay. So this is what you people are going to do. What I have done is I have you, in your own words, okay, you're going to take notes on the calculator stuff on page 2. Now, I am not going to tell you verbatim what to write. Some of you people already know most of this. But a lot of these skills are important, especially if I have to keep telling you guys the same thing over and over again. So one of the key things you guys actually have to remember. When you pick up the calculator and go to the scratch pad, what do you guys start with?
Control B.
Doc B. Doc B. Doc B. Okay? So what does that do? Clears your calculator. So that one's a very good thing to know, right?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not writing the notes myself. These notes are for you. So you write them as you need them. Okay? However, what is understandable to you. But if you mess this up and you have no clue what you're supposed to write or what you're supposed to do, that's kind of sad. All right. So, you guys remember this quiz?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't a very good quiz, right? Oh, I'm telling you, overall, the scores weren't very good. So, but you could do like 90% of this in the calculator. There's very little you have to remember. As long as you know how to use your calculator, you're going to be fine for everything here. So I'm going to start this off. Keywords that I'm looking for. So for these things right here, it says I'm looking for the intersections. So intersections where things cross, right? Okay. For Algebra 3 and Algebra 4, almost everything we're doing is dealing with my graph. Always, graph. So I'm going to go through. I have my calculator. I already cleared my scratch pad. And I'm going to go to my graph. There's my function. There you go. All right, there's my function. So in function 1, I'm going to put in my first line. Okay, so I'm going to put in my parentheses, x minus 2, close, open, x plus 5. What's up? You have capital? Yeah, someone put on caps lock. It's fine. Enter. And your graph should look like this.
How do you do the next one?
Okay? So now, that's important. Okay? That's a good question. He just said, how do I enter the next one?
Tab.
Okay?
It's tab.
Tab. To enter your next function, you have to hit tab. That is super important. You have to remember that. To enter the second function, hit tab. So there's my F2. Okay, so x minus 2. Hit enter. There we go. So what did we say we're looking for? Intersection. So mathematically, the intersection is where these two lines cross, right? So I'm looking for where the red line crosses the blue line. So I'm going to get my calculator to say where it is. So we're going to get the calculator to do it. So I'm going to start off by menu. What the heck? Man. Okay, so someone decided to change mine to Spanish. I think that's Spanish, right? Okay, so, yeah. So I'm doing a bilingual lesson here. So anyway, so number 6. And I'm looking for the intersection, right? That's going to be number 4. So this thing right here, which says lower bound, right? Lower bound. So I'm going to use the mouse. Use the mouse and move to the left. Move to the left of wherever my point is. I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm going to move to the right. And if you notice, a black dot appears right there at the center. So now I have a dot there. Now, it's kind of hard to see because you have the other lines, right? Okay, it is, but it's kind of hard to see. So let's try and fix that. So I'm going to mouse over it. If you notice it, it's an open hand, isn't it? So now if you hold down the center, the click button, hold it down, your hand closes, and you can move it down. All right, so my first point is going to be 2, 0. Now, I want you to do the same thing. Find that second point. There's another point right there. I want you to do the same steps. Did you already get it? You already got it? Okay. Were you able to move it? You get it there. You did, right? Hold on. There's your hand. Okay. So menu. What goes next?
That's how I found the other one.
And now you have to move to the left of it. Left. There you go. Enter. Now move to the right.
And you unzoomed it out. Pretty sure this is.
It did it by itself.
This is 4C.
No digas que, pero.
Right,
How are we doing?
4C.
Are you trying to get this one? Okay, start with menu. Yeah. What's up, Rachel? Okay, so you put back in. Now put the second one in. Is that X minus 2? Yeah, that's the first one. You need the second one back. Yeah.
We were talking about at the game when Tyler was like, oh, he's put up
Just because I had the answer before doesn't mean that you have to
I
said it 3 times.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I know how to do it, yeah.
But did you do it?
No, she didn't do it.
I didn't do it because I didn't do it.
No. Okay, did you get it? Okay.
Like, no entiende que ya está.
All right. So let's take a look.
I have 2 I have like 5 pockets. I do have 5 pockets. Pathetic.
What was that?
There's 2 in here and 2 out here.
All right. So since you guys did that one, what do we got? What's my point? Negative.
4,
Negative 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the calculator just did that all. I just need to know how to do it. Now the next thing right here is important. My key word is factor. All factors equal what? 0. All factors equal 0. All factors equal 0. All factors equal 0. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do this in my calculator. So make sure you clear your calculator. Let's start over.
Doc B.
Yep, Doc B. And so I'm going to enter this in. So 2x to the third
To the third power.
plus
What about that?
x squared. Wait, did someone have a problem with the third? Is that what it is?
One class.
No. Equation.
How did I do that?
2x cubed.
No.
All right, anyone struggling here?
No, sir.
Master Patrick. Oh no.
I'm not going.
Why?
Menu.
Do you answer?
All right, my graph should look like this.
Where did you finish it?
3, 0.
I
Nazbulo.
was trying to type it in, then it said no.
He needs his phone in order to gain his energy back. He needs motivation.
So your graph looks like this. All factors equal 0. So where is 0 on my graph? Right there, the x-axis right there, right?
Yes.
That is the 0. My x-axis. So now I have to try and tell the calculator. So my keyword, menu, analyze graph. The keyword I'm finding what?
0.
0. In my factor, I'm looking for zeros, right?
Yeah.
So, there we go. Now, I have lower bound. So I'm going to start with right here. So I'm going to do lower bound. And carry it over. And on this one right here, I'm looking for my x values. Because I'm looking for just the factors, right? So in this case, x equals 3. They're alphabetical order, x and y. So I'm going to put that here. X equals 3. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there. Now, let's find the other ones. Menu, 6, 1. Okay, so x equals -2. And how many times does this thing cross my x-axis? 3 times, right? Because it goes up, it comes back down, right? And then back up. So there should be 3 of those. So find the third.
Yeah, -1.5.
Mm-hmm.
How's your schedule today?
And 15 minutes.
This class.
Oh.
12:25.
12 to 25.
You don't leave at 12:20?
Leave at 12:30. We'll leave at 12:15.
25.
25 today. Today?
Regular time. So it's like regular.
It's regular time.
No, because our last class we left at 11:30. Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
You just skipped advisory. Or
Gosh,
you move that in.
you're right, you're right.
All right, so my last point was what? X equals -1.5.
Yes.
Now, if you guys pay attention, all factors equal what? 0. So let's go ahead and make this equal 0. So what would I do to make this equal 0?
-3.
Minus 3.
-3.
So x minus 3 equals 0. So guess what? That's your factor.
Big brain.
Right here.
Plus 2.
Add 2. X plus 2 equals 0. That's my factor.
Plus 1.
Plus 1.5. X plus 1.5. There's your factor. Super easy, right? Your calculator could do almost everything for you. You just need to know certain things. You need to know that factors equal to 0 here, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop there today, and I'm going to give you time to work on your notebook covers. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button.